don't deserve these powers, if I'm being honest. Like, what am I even contributing? Ow!
The joyful teenage energy 2019's Shazam brought to DC's cinematic world of heroes was a breath of fresh air next to the dark grittiness of Zack Snyder's versions of the Justice League characters. However, it was Billy Batson's soulful search for his biological family and the realization that that family he had longed for was in front of him all along, which helped it achieve more staying power than a lot of other movies in this genre. The sequel, Fury of the Gods, is regrettably missing some of that heart. This time we see the Shazamily putting their newfound abilities to the test against a trio of deadly deities set on overrunning Earth, and though the Greek myth iconography the villains bring to the table gives all involved a significantly increased Pandora's toy box to play with, the movie stumbles on some storytelling basics that leave the sequel feeling less powerful than the first.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
Taken collectively, the evil daughters of Atlas represent a lateral move for the antagonist role in Shazam's story. In the original, Mark Strong's Dr. Sivana didn't have much of a personality to speak of, but his role as a power-hungry foil for Billy's insecurities kept the personal stakes in focus throughout. By contrast, the daughters' titanic grudge against the Shazamily doesn't have the same clean hook. They're led by Hespera, and Helen Mirren's near total command of her character's function as not just the lead villain, but as a steely, confident straight woman to the goofy Shazamily's antics is delightful. But with Hespera representing the daughters in most conversations, Calypso feels woefully underwritten and leaves Lucy Liu's God with nothing but fury to work with. Rachel Zegler's Anthea fares better as the voice of reason, and her steadfastness and charm are welcome in situations involving both her more hot-headed sisters and Billy's perpetually off-the-wall best bud, Freddy Freeman. Their power sets and godly lineage create opportunities for Sandberg to scale up the spectacle, but the Shazamily's imaginative solutions to countering the daughters keep that action grounded in the superhero wish fulfillment that serves as the backbone of the series. Fury of the Gods action does start to feel a little tiresome going into the third act, where Billy's foster siblings have to distract samey mythological creatures. For his part, Freddy remains a chaotic ball of anxiety, nerdiness, and wit, and his increased screen time here is an obvious byproduct of a classic sequel gambit. Seed time that might have been better used on the protagonist's story to highlight a character that popped unexpectedly hard with fans last time. Grazer scores most of Fury of the Gods' funniest moments and maintains that momentum through scenes which require him to realistically convey the terror that a kid may feel if faced with the judgment of the gods. There's not much to dislike about Grazer's performance in a vacuum, but it's what Fury of the Gods is missing as a result of its focus on him that leaves Freddy's exuberance a double-edged sword. There's no shortage of action scenes or big laughs in this movie, but it often feels like there's very little time for Billy's major and very ironic struggle here. He's terrified he'll be abandoned all over again once he's 18. Asher Angel, who's already sharing a significant part of Billy's screen time with Zachary Levi, feels stranded by the script. When Billy's having fun and being playful, it's usually when he's in Shazam form, which leaves Angel the short stick of having to mostly convey the character's melancholy. The resolution of Billy's arc feels wholly unsatisfying, both because of Angel's limited involvement in conveying it and in how quickly it's all tied up in the end. As for Levi's embodiment of Shazam, the word that rings loudest here is consistent. The boyishness of Billy Batson still comes through clear in Levi's performance, but his occasional melancholy self-doubt isn't much of a substitute for the comedic goldmine of Billy learning how to be both an adult and a superhero last time. Though the Shazam sequel can't sustain the emotional earnestness of its predecessor, it feels unfair not to acknowledge and appreciate that its shortcomings are at least unencumbered by the heavy world building expected of superhero franchise entries these days. Even in the face of James Gunn and Peter Safran's impending DCU reboot, Fury of the Gods tells its own story on its own terms, and the missteps it makes along the way at least feel part and parcel with the efforts of a team trying to forge their own path, both in front of and behind the camera. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is a breezy, often funny second outing for Billy Batson and his family of young heroes. Each of the villainous Atlassian Daughters brings something unique to the screen, to the plot's mixed benefit, and Helen Mirren's performance stands out, but it's disappointing that the distinctive heart of the first film takes a back seat to that expanded scope. The lack of focus on its lead character works against Fury of the Gods throughout, but it's a testament to the strong foundation this movie is built on that the assembled ensemble is able to share some of that burden.
You are very menacing. I just want you to know that.
Thanks for watching. For more reviews, check out what we thought of Scream 6 and Creed 3, and as always, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.